Start this thing all over again.
That's
Heard
fine.
it like, what, 3 times already?
Ready, everybody? Good evening. Please join me for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you.
Oh, yeah.
In compliance with Chapter 231 of the Public Laws of 1975, notice of this meeting was given by way of notice filed with the Township Clerk, Home News Tribune, the Trenton Times, the North South Brunswick Sentinel, and posted on the bulletin board in the South Brunswick Township Municipal Building on January 17, 2024. In compliance with New Jersey case law, all board professionals have previously been sworn in, and their testimony is considered to be under oath. Roll call, please.
Mr. Bierman?
Here.
Mr. Bay? Ms. Patel?
Here.
Mr. Salvi?
Here.
Mr. Patel?
Here.
Mr. White?
Here.
Mr. Luton?
Here.
Mr. Nathanson? Ms. Khanna?
Here.
Dr. Pedromo?
Here. Mr. Sullivan or Mr. Campbell, I understand we have a motion for adjournment?
For file 22035.
Okay, go there. Is that you, Mr. Sullivan? I'm sorry.
Yes, the applicant for file 23025, Ernie Zudi, has requested.
22035.
22035, Ernie Zudi has requested to be carried to the September 5th meeting with no further notice.
Okay. Do we have a reason, Mr. Sullivan?
They said they wanted to go. They said they wanted to go to the DEP to take care of an issue, and they were dealing with an issue in court regarding something with the deed.
Okay. This application has been continued from June 21, 23, and carried from 8/16/23, 10/4/23, 12/13/23. I am not suggesting that tonight is the night to do it, but we need to start thinking about dismissing this. This is keeping us from moving on to other business. I'm sure it was not in the last 2 days that they decided they need to go to the DEP and so forth. This application has been sitting here since June, which is 11 months ago. I think we need to put it on the record that this will be the last time we will do this, and we will, at the next meeting, discuss procedure for dismissing this with prejudice. I want that clearly made to the applicant. Are they going to notice for the next meeting, or we just,
You can ask them to renotice, that's fine.
okay,
That's up to you.
okay, do we have a date?
September 5th,
September 5th,
yes.
with notice.
With notice if you want, yeah, that's fine. It's up to the board.
Is that the board? And shall we include in the motion that at the September 5th meeting, if they're not ready at that point, it will have been 15 months, and we will consider dismissing with prejudice.
Yeah.
Does someone make that as a motion?
Agreed. Motion made. Second.
Mr. Patel, and second by Mr. Luton. So, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? None.
Yeah, I need to
I'm
hear.
sorry.
I need to hear details about what's, what the,
But you don't have to vote yes if that's what you're saying, or do you want to discuss it now?
no, I mean, you don't have the details now, but I would like to
Right.
hear the details of, what their issues are and if it was unavoidable
No,
and
I
what,
understand,
and what the
but-
land use law says about
I
us
agree,
doing
I
this.
agree 100%. But the point is, this is keeping us from hearing other applications.
So the motion, we will consider
That's
dismissal
what I
at the
said.
next meeting.
That's what
Okay,
I
I vote
said.
yes, thank you.
Okay. No, we haven't voted yet. We're
Oh, I'm
just-
sorry.
I want to make sure everybody understands what we're doing here. This is keeping us from moving on with other business.
But the
It will
motion is
have been
just to
15
consider that action.
To
at the next
consider
meeting.
that action,
At the next meeting.
so that the attorney understands, by the next meeting,
Okay.
to be ready. Otherwise, we will do what we need to do to
Yeah.
take care of this
I
problem.
get it.
Because, we're keeping other people from
I
coming.
get it.
And this board's time, we have enough problems getting a quorum, no less people showing up and being told at the last minute that the applicant isn't ready. Okay, so file number 22-035, Ernest Sudi, block 37, lot 24.08. The address is 82 Friendship Road. Applications for a minor subdivision with special access permit for 2 lots from one existing lot on a 6.27 acre lot in the RR zone, continued from 6/21/23, carried from 8/16/23, 10/4/23, 12/13/23, will be heard on September, what, 5th, September 5? And the attorney will be informed that at that time, should there not be, if they're not ready to present, that consideration will be given to this.
With notice?
With notice,
Okay.
okay? So, 15 months, I think, is more than enough. Okay, thank you for that. I don't believe there's any other motions.
No, Mr. Chair.
Okay, thank you. We provide item number 6, citizens unagendized statements. 15 minutes, we've never used that much time. For anyone in the public who wishes to come forward to speak on a topic not on tonight's agenda or not on an agenda, may please come forward and we will gladly let you have your time. Seeing none, we move on. There are no minutes to approve, and I don't believe there's any resolutions to consider. Old business and reports. I have nothing. We don't have any from the
Hey,
mayor.
real
Mr.
quick,
Chair.
so just so for everybody's information, we want to wish everybody a happy Memorial Day on Monday. We do Memorial Day services at 10 o'clock at the VFW on Henderson Road and 27, at 11 o'clock at the American Legion on Major Road. For anybody who wants to attend, it's usually some nice events. And that's it. And remember that this is not just a weekend for a barbecue. This is a weekend to remember the people who have given their
Yes.
lives so that we can have the freedoms we have today and have a court like this. So,
And if you are coming, don't come down Henderson Road from
Right.
Route 1, because it's blocked. You'll need to come in from the Route 27 side.
Yep.
And probably have to park in the post office lot, I would guess.
Yeah.
There is some parking
There is
there.
parking, right.
There's parking right in there. But
Yep.
if you're gonna come, I usually walk there because I live about half a mile from there. But
Well, now
it's-
that we know where you live, Mr. Sudi might come see you.
it'll be the first time I've seen him in about 6 months, Mr. Bierman.
Okay, just let you know.
Okay, good. Mr. Sudi, yes. So, yes, it's a wonderful event to come to. I've been to several of them. And we should remember, this is for the people who died for our country, not
Correct.
just served. So,
And real quick, and I want to get on the record, just for those of you who don't know, South Brunswick dates back, the township actually dates back prior to the Civil War. I'm sorry, to the Revolutionary War,
Right.
I should say. We actually have 2 cemeteries in South Brunswick that are dedicated cemeteries on the state registry that have members, people who actually fought in the Revolutionary War buried there. So there's a lot of history in this town, and a lot of people who fought for literally the rights we have today. So we could sit here and look at Mr. Stahl's face all night. Thank you, Mr. Stahl.
Well, I
know.
I did not face what my friends faced, but I served in that time, and
Yep.
and I want to thank you for that. I mean,
It's a
a
difficult
lot
time.
of fine people in
A
all
lot
the
of fine
wars.
people, right. we do a street sign dedication, and we're gonna do one that's coming up. And there were 8 Scarrato brothers who went to war during World War II. And I hate to divert a little bit, but all 8 of them survived and came home. And they lived right over here, literally on Kingston Lane. So there's a lot of history in this little 43 acres of town here. So thank you for letting me ramble on a little.
I'm gonna just add one thing.
What's
I mean,
that?
any of you who have not got to Normandy someday,
Yep.
it is the most moving experience that
yeah,
you
Mr.
can have.
Stoll,
Seeing all those Einsteins and Prodromos and Biermans who never lived to.
My wife was born in Poland, and her mother fled in '71 under communism. When we went back to Poland the first time, we actually went to Auschwitz. It is something that, once you see, it's moving. You'll never, ever forget it, ever. Anyway, I'm sorry. Let's
No,
move
no.
on. Sorry,
Absolutely.
Mr. Chairman. Sorry.
Absolutely.
I
We
think
do
it's
have a few
important.
extra
I'm
minutes.
glad you brought it up, actually.
Yes.
I mean, this is the time to remember, so
Right.
it's very
Yes.
important.
And we do have a few extra minutes as a result.
That's
of-
okay, yes.
So thank you.
Okay, yes, and we do. Yes, sir.
Along the same lines, the next little notice today about the replica of the Vietnam War Memorial
Yep,
Wall
yep.
will be in East Brunswick, starting tomorrow through Sunday.
Yes.
And I don't get to DC anymore, but it's always a moving thing when you
It is,
walk
yes.
along that thing. So that's, it's everything. It's exactly the way it is, except it's 80% of the real size.
Yeah.
And that'll be in East Brunswick.
Yeah, I just-
Thank you,
Thank
Mr.
you.
White. That's a good comment. Thank you.
Yeah, let me have the last word on this. I went to high school with a fellow by the name of Joe Klein. I graduated in June of 1966. He was dead before 1 year had gone by in Vietnam as a Marine. And when we go to Washington, I always go there to say hi to Joe. It breaks my heart. He never had children. I always go to that. Never had a family. Never got to see what I got to see. But it was his sacrifice that was possible. And it brings tears to my eyes just to think of that poor young kid died. Not a year at high school. Anyway, that's enough.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Board members?
No, sir.
None. Board professionals? None. Okay. We only have one application to hear. This is file 23-028. That's Ali and Sahir Akbar. I'm sorry if I mispronounced that. It's block 86, lot 81. The address is 87 Major Road. This application is for a minor subdivision with bulk variances to create 2 lots from one existing lot on a 4.07 acre lot in the R2 zone. This is carried from 11/1/23, 12/13/23, 1/17/24, 2/28/24, 3/27/24, 4/10/24, 5/8/24, 5/22/24. We do have Mr. Stahl with us tonight. Thank you, Mr. Stahl. We did hear the beginnings of this. did
No, we
not?
didn't hear
Oh,
anything
no,
about
that's
it.
right. It's the other one that we'd heard the beginnings
Yeah,
of.
yeah.
So this is a brand-new application that
Yes,
we're
sir.
coming forward. Mr. Stahl?
All right, if I may, Dr. Prodromo, good evening, everyone. Nice to be here. Mr. Sullivan, I assume you continue to have jurisdiction via the notice, which has been extended, am I correct? Thank you, sir. I have 2 witnesses this evening. I hope to make this a quick but efficient application before you. I have the engineer, Mr. Mansha Al-Shuguri, who will testify and really deliver the entire concept to you. And then I have Mr. Ed Colling, K-O-L-L-I-N-G, who's my planner. And we need the planner because, just to be safe and sure, this is a 2-lot subdivision. It is, as indicated, the application on Major Road is to create 2 lots. It's a very deep lot. I call them bowling alleys, although the rear lot is ensconced in wetlands, so it's not as big as it looked, and you can see that in the color rendering that I think that was passed around to you. The reason we have a planner is twofold. Number one, there is a minimum front yard setback variance that is created because there is not a public road to access the potential requested rear lot. And there is another, it's not a bulk variance, but it's a permit that is required with respect to a building lot on an unmapped street, if you will. So that's the permit, assuming that the board grants the permit to use that area as an easement for access to both lots, then there is a front yard setback on both lots, and let me make sure, no, on one lot, and that's why we're here. So without further ado, Mansha? Yes. Where are you? Right here. Raise your right hand before you sit down.
Hold on 2 seconds. Just have a seat. You've testified here before.
Yes, I did.
Yes, you have. I asked Mr. Shammy to look up for us and advise us on what needs to be done for the special permit. So before...
Special access.
A special access permit. So before we hear this, I just want Mr. Shammy to just outline for us what that means.
Well, thank you, Mr. Chairman. I think with respect to the special access permit and the decision whether or not, the board will go forward with that part of the application, it may make more sense for both the board and the parties to present the materials related to that application first, such that the board can make a decision on that and then move forward with the second part of the application, because they are essentially different. Let's say there's different aspects of the special permit access that don't necessarily apply to the rest of the application for bulk variance. Mr.
Well, I
Stoll-
think what Mansha, I call him Mansha because we're friends besides professional. Mr. Al-Saguri, excuse me, Mansha, will create the dynamics for you, and you're right. When you see the plan and when Mansha does describe what's there, you'll understand why we need it. I mean, it's not a true flag lot, but it is a lot that is not fronting on an existing street. That's the back lot. And there is created, Mr. Al-Saguri created the plan where you come off of Major Road.
No. That's, now you're giving testimony, Mr.
Okay.
Stoll, you know that. The point is, the application can only move forward if the board approves the special permit.
Right.
Okay? That needs to be clear. Are you prepared to discuss that, sir?
That won't be.
Okay.
He's got it. All right.
So, did I misstate that?
That's correct.
Okay. Okay, so go ahead.
No, you already, oh, yes.
No, it needs to be sworn.
Yes, thank you. You've got your right hand raised. Forgive me, how do you pronounce your name again, please?
Mansha Al-Shujeri, spelled
Okay.
M-A-N-S-H-A, Al-Shujeri, A-L-S-H-U-J-A-I-R-I.
Thank you, Mr. Al-Saguri.
S-H-U,
J-A-I-R-I.
Al-Sujiri.
Al-Sujiri,
Am I close? I don't
Very,
mean
very, very
disrespect.
close. Thank you.
Okay. Go ahead, Mr. Stoll.
Well, let me
Make sure you speak into the microphone.
Yes.
Thank you. Sir, please raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth in your testimony before the board this evening?
I do.
Thank you.
Mansha, do we have a board here that you want?
Yes, I would
Why don't
like
you
to
put that up
present-
on
Do you
the-
want to first qualify him, please?
Yeah,
Yes.
okay. Mansha, are you a licensed New Jersey?
I am a licensed professional engineer with over 30 years' experience in the field of site engineering.
And your license is in full force and effect, is that correct?
Correct.
And you were engaged to create the subdivision plan for the Akbars, is
I do.
that correct?
That's
And you
correct.
have done that?
Yes.
And you have testified before us.
Before this board.
I don't remember your name, but I do believe you've testified before. and
That's
I believe
correct.
we can approve him. Now, you're going to testify as an engineer only, or an engineer
As an
and
en-
a planner?
No, as an engineer only.
Engineer only,
We do
you
have
have a
Mr.
separate plan?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay, so you are qualified as an engineer. Go ahead, Ms., we'd love
No,
to see
thank you.
whatever you have.
I would like to bring the board.
Of course. Typically, Mr. Sujiri, we put it over here
So the whole board can see it?
so that camera can pick it up. So put it right over here, behind the step, yeah, back about a step. Yeah. Give yourself a little bit of room. You can back it up a little bit. Can we see that up there,
Yeah.
Brian? Yeah. So long as we can. Good.
Yep.
Okay. See, so long as this camera picks it up,
Right.
and,
We're going to go straight to the access.
okay. Are you going to require a remote mic, or are you gonna do all your stuff from here?
I think you're gonna take the remote mic,
Do we,
right there.
yeah, you can
If
take,
you want, yeah, I think that would be
you can
fine.
take the cord from there if you wish, or we don't have the other one. It's okay. That's long enough for you. That's long enough for you to use. So that-
Yeah,
Just
I'm
test
not
it, Ms. Joseph.
The document that is presently on
In
the,
the, case?
is that a replica of what is in the submission package?
That's correct.
Was the submission package colored as indicated in the top of the plan?
This was, some of them, I would say, probably the majority of them, they were colored.
I just want to make sure that we're not modifying any item which was before the submission.
No modification has been done.
All right, so that's consistent with what the board has.
That's correct.
Okay,
Just
so
for
this
me-
is in the plan, so we don't have to mark it as,
Yeah.
Yeah, this is exactly the plan that you guys have before you.
Now, just for me, please, on the lower right side, please identify what this sheet is.
This is sheet 3/3, which is the plot plan.
All right. Now, move ahead.
Okay. What we have over here, I will be covering the conditions that are required to meet the access way, the special access way. What we provided actually in the lot, the second lot, which is the back lot, the lot that does not have access to the street, we have provided an access way, a 25-foot access way on the northern side of the property that does.
please orient us, Mr.
This is the street.
This is the street. On what street is that?
Actually, this is the access way on Major Road.
Okay, so
the-
Major Road is
Is the
going
main- the main-
diagonally that way.
Correct. It's
Okay.
it's on the eastern side. The property is located on the eastern side
no,
of
no.
Major Road. And if you're driving north, it will be situated on your right-hand side. If you're driving north toward Route 1, the property will be situated on your right-hand side. So the access way that we are providing to meet the special condition is going to be in the northern portion of the property, passing the front lot, proposed lot, which is lot 81.01, and the back one is 81.02. A 25-foot access with a T-type turning radius. In order to meet the condition required by the special condition over here, I have contacted the fire marshal and required the size of the fire engines that will be serving Monmouth Junction. He did give me the dimension and the turning radius of all these three. I designed it using AASHTO. We used the template to accommodate the largest fire engine in the that will be serving the Monmouth Junction area. The design is completely in compliance with the turning radius, the area that has been provided over here, and I would like to go actually have a better location, a better look of what we have done in the rendering.
And now, Mancha,
Yes.
this document, I know you passed out this evening certain handouts. Is that correct?
Yes.
This document was not part of the submission, is that correct?
No, we did submit it. And they
This
did-
was part of the package of prints?
This one, yeah, is part of the package. They do have a copy of it, as
All
I
right, go ahead.
learned from
And
the
what is,
staff.
what? according
This
to
shows
Google
exact-
Earth,
I'm sorry.
go ahead. Google Earth minor subdivision,
This-
Major Road.
Yeah, actually, what we did, actually, we superimposed the design that we have over Google Earth to give you a better picture of how is the fire engine is going to make the turning radius, which is the major requirement for this access way. As you can see in the northern portion of the property, this is the existing house stays exactly what it is, and the northern portion will be the 25-foot access with a turning radius that will comply with to accommodate the largest fire engine in the Mountain Junction area. And the house is going to be located only on the grass area, at the front portion of the grass area, which is at the back of the existing house at the current time.
And that back lot does not interfere with the wetlands?
It's exactly.
Or flood area.
This is, the map does include the floodplain delineation and the wetland delineation. We are far away from it. We are nowhere close. All our activity is going to be confined to the very small area at the front portion of the grass area, which is located behind the existing house.
And you have a red vehicle, it looks like.
This is the fire engine.
Right, and
This is exactly the size. Actually, this is a little bit bigger than the size. The township size is 43 feet. We are providing a template with 45 feet. This is a little bit larger because Ashto does not have exactly the same, so I use a little bit larger.
Just for the record, we explain to the board what ASHTO is.
It's the American Association, American Association of...
He said it just now. Mr. Luton, Mr. Luton just repeated.
Sorry, it's the
American Association.
American Association of State
and Transportation officials, yes.
Right, but we all use the acronym of ASHTO.
Right, yes,
is that
correct.
correct?
SHTO, State Highway Transportation Officials.
Yes.
Now, you have reviewed, in fact, Mr. Bignell and Mr. Bidlack's reports, is that correct?
Correct.
And the only variance that we are seeking, it's not only, there's two important deviations. And one is the permit to use that area as a road, is that correct?
Correct.
And number two is the front yard setback that is affected by the road.
Correct. The front setback was created due to the dedication of the land to the right-of-way, which brought the property line closer to the existing house, triggering, actually, making it less than 50. Now it's at 32 point, I think 32 point,
Well, while you're looking, that access road, we'll call the access road where the red fire truck is on, that will be created, constructed, and paved by the owner.
yes.
Is that correct?
And he is willing to pave the whole 25-foot width, so there will be an ample amount of area for that turning radius.
And what about further maintenance? Is that going to be dedicated?
That will be, yeah, that will be his responsibility.
It will be his, so it's going to be a private road, is the
Correct,
plan?
yes.
So the town will have no obligation for snow removal, maintenance, or repaving?
I don't think he has any intention to have the town to do it.
All right, that's one of the questions I know
Right.
that the board will ask, is what responsibility? So there'll be the appropriate insurance and agreement, is that correct?
If
Now,
the-
there could be two houses on that street, is that correct?
That's correct.
So is it contemplated that there will be what we would call a maintenance and a shared road agreement as between both property owners?
I think it does, because the front portion of it will be used by the existing house. So
normally,
I think that
I just want the board to be comfortable.
I think that will be
Because
definitely a
normally what
call
we
for
do
that.
is, since it's a private road.
Right.
There has to be an obligation to get that road paved, snow plowed, maintained.
Right.
Cleared, and that would be the obligation of those two homeowners.
I think that agreement is warranted for this case.
And we would prepare that agreement for approval by the engineering department and Mr. Shammy, the board attorney, is that
I
correct?
think that's correct. So the variance is just the front portion, which is actually now is 32.9 based on the proposed, versus before, which was in compliance. The requirement is only 50. So due to the right-of-way, that variance has been triggered because of the dedication of the land to the.
Now, is there an existing house there now?
The existing house is right there, and it's gonna be the same.
And that's going to remain there, is that correct?
That's correct. There's
And
no
then the second
alteration.
house will be constructed?
That will be constructed, and we gave you just an example of where it's gonna be located.
And the applicant understands that the the finished floor elevation has to fit within an envelope that is not going to create any further variances, or he
That's
or she
correct.
will have to come back in.
That's
I
very
think
true.
we're getting outside of the special permit there, Mr. Stone.
Well, all right, just wanted to, all right.
Okay. Mr. Funchin, in the March 21st memorandum, there is a one-line note from our fire official says, "I have reviewed the documents and no issues with the application." Did he have benefit of your template when he made that statement?
Yes, it was actually sent, I think it was.
What was the date of that template?
The template that was, this was given to us, I believe, I will give you the date, but before the last submission I made.
Okay, what
And
I'm
this is his
asking
second,
is,
this is his second.
March 21st is when this statement,
Yeah, well, this was made way before that.
okay, so he had benefit of your template when he says
I am-
he
yes, I
has no
could-
issues with the
I could say that,
application.
yes.
What's that?
I could say yes, because he does.
You're
he does-
saying yes or?
Yes. He had have looked at
Well-
this one.
You reviewed the report of March 21,
Correct.
and that indicates fire official,
Right.
capital F, I have reviewed the documents and have no issues with the application.
correct.
And he had benefit of the template?
Yes.
That,
Yes, I already have addressed it in my first submission. So on my first submission, included all the information. There was no more changes being done.
when was your first submission?
I believe it was in the early, in December.
December.
I believe
So
it is-
as of December, the template was available for him to look at?
Correct.
That's what you're saying?
Yes.
Okay, that's what I wanted to make sure.
Yes, I'm
Go ahead.
kind of sure that he looked at it.
Okay.
Any more questions in reference to this?
Questions to the?
I just have one, Mr. Stahl. So
Yes, sir.
I know that this gentleman's gonna, he's our engineer. Is your next witness gonna be a planner?
Absolutely.
Okay, because I have planners, because
Okay.
I just want to know why we should grant a special road permit by creating a violation on a lot that has no violations today. That's all. So if
Okay,
it's
yeah,
not for
we'll
him,
save that for him.
you know.
Yeah, save that for
Yeah, the hardship will be professionally
Okay,
cleared.
hold
Well,
on.
let Mr.
So
Cole-
I want to give the board an opportunity now. Questions about the special permit is testimony regarding the
I
special
do
permit.
have, since I do
Go
have one on that. That was
Go
my
ahead.
first question. So, why don't we continue the road all the way to the back of the lot, just prior to where you have wetlands? We might have a fire in that woods back there, but we stopped that road right where your proposed house is.
Usually, actually, that will, you're creating more impervious surface, that's one thing. And if the issue of the road is for the sake of anticipating future fire, I mean, that's a call by the board, but we usually kind of provide an access to the
Let me ask you a
house.
question, because
Yeah.
the good news is that you and I sometimes think similarly, or I know where you're going sometimes. What if we were to create not a paved road?
Correct, we could put pavers there that
Or
a
gravel.
fire truck could ride on
Yes.
if they had to get to the back. In other words, if.
A hard
so-
surface, yeah, we could do
right,
that.
So if you look, right, and I'm looking not at that map, it's the one behind that.
Right.
The other one, the other.
Yes,
colored
the color
renderation,
one, right, yes.
Right?
Pull that one down. Let's look
Yeah,
at
if
that.
we look at that just for 1 minute, so if you look where the road ends, okay, and if we did something where a fire truck could run all the way to the back of that, the fire truck could actually access the building to
Yeah,
go.
if we're gonna do that type of a green paper, which is.
Right, a green paver or
Mr.
something,
Beerman, just a, can I question you?
Sure.
No, I understand you're concerned about, some future fire in the back, but how will that truck turn around?
Well, that's,
That's the issue.
That's
that
an issue, because we need
to
EMS
decide.
back there, which is not just fire, it's police and fire and stuff. But
And
I was
ambulance.
just getting there, because we now have created a minimal access road that ends at a house, okay, with another dwelling, just, and I'm, don't actually know, it would be west of that, right? Because that dwelling would be west.
East from this house. This is the east.
I know. Then it'd be
No,
north.
that's north.
Okay, be north. And we have woods and wetlands back there. It's just something to consider.
Let me address the question raised by the lady,
Ms. Patel.
Ms. Patel.
Mrs. Patel, I'm sorry.
Her name, right?
We could, if we have to provide another turning radius at this area, I mean, I don't think will that be a problem? We could address that one, but we will have two turning radius. But to answer your question, I mean, the truck could back up and just make the turn over here and get out this way. That's too far, but we could provide a separate one.
That, unfortunately, that's not code, but that's okay. We're gonna continue on from here. We've asked the question. I've asked the questions, and I put doubt in people's mind. That's all I wanted to do.
Okay, hold on. Ms. Patel, do you have any more
No,
further
no,
questions?
no, I don't.
As much as Mr. Bierman knows, and he knows a lot about this,
Right.
these are questions, answers that need to come from Mr.
Shujeri.
I'm sorry.
Well, let me ask
So
a
let's-
question, if I can, coming off of Mr. Bierman's comment. I mean, we could create a road which the fire apparatus would not get stuck in if it were raining or weather-wise, and we could cut in and make, I forget what you call it, so that you could
Turn
actually make a right turn, the trucks, and make almost a K-turn and come back at the end of that property.
Yeah, I mean, this, we made a T-shape.
No, but I mean, and go
And there's a
north.
K, yeah.
Yes.
I mean, we could accommodate that if we had to do that.
And since we're talking about that T-shape there, now, so you're talking about a proposed house, right? We don't have anything that in writing or concrete that's where that proposed dwelling is going, or we do?
I mean, that's really where the owner is agreeing to have it. And if you wanted,
No, I'm asking the question.
Yeah, I mean, I don't see-
What?
if that's a
The-
condition, we could do it.
I call it the northern lot. It's really the eastern lot. That lot for the new house, where you show that house on there, those are where the owner is prepared to be committed to construct the house.
That's correct.
He's not gonna move it another 100 yards towards the trees. Is that correct?
That's correct.
That's where it's gonna be. And do you have any problem?
Subject to approval.
All right, go.
It is really important because it has to be close to the turning radius where the fire engine is going to be close to the house.
Okay, hold on. Ms. Patel, do you have any more?
No, just let me ask you this. If ever a truck needs to come to that area, would it be able to go in the driveway and go on the other side and go out?
When you say the area, which area? Are you talking about the back area?
It has to turn around, right? Somehow,
Correct.
in order to
Let me
turn
try-
around back, how would it go out to the road?
Yes, that's
So it will go that way,
right. Make a
right?
turn.
It will go in reverse and then it will go that way?
Correct. That way and then get out this way.
Oh.
He will make a right
So-
turn to the
So
turning
this
radius.
road here, is that big enough?
Yes.
Wide enough?
Yes, it's
Everything?
it does accommodate the fire engine,
Okay, okay.
which is the largest fire engine in the junction.
And based upon your
Yes.
templates, that fire truck that you
Correct.
show at 45 feet in width could make a right turn
Like-
into that driveway
like-
and back up and have a K,
like
what we call a
Mr.
K-turn.
Stoll.
Right.
Call that a cart path, it's not a road.
Mr. Stoll, you said 45 feet in width, 45 feet in
In
length.
length.
Sorry, thank you.
Okay. Ms. Patel?
I'm fine, thank you. Yeah.
Okay. Ms. Connor?
So how have the owners come up with this spot where they want to put the house? Is there a logic behind it?
I'm sorry.
How have the owners come up with this spot where they want to put the house?
This one?
Yeah.
Well, first, we wanted to minimize the amount of land disturbance. So we came to the closest possible to the front property line.
Okay,
So the turning radius is gonna be very close to the front property line, and the house is going to be logically close to the turning radius where the fire engine, if there's any fire, is gonna be close for where the area of activity is going to be. So we really don't wanna make any more disturbance over there.
so are they going to be two owners, or the same owner will own both the houses?
No, this is gonna be I mean, usually, he's the owner of two.
He's
The
the
current
owner
owner is
of
no,
the
but it can
property.
be two owners. It's two
There were-
different
a-
deeds.
A deed will be developed after this.
It will be a separate
If we
deed.
approve it
Right.
to subdivide this, he can then sell it to someone else. But when we approve it, he owns both lots. He can choose to do with them, just like if you have two cars and you want to sell one, you can sell a car.
Right.
But if we approve this application, Mr. Akbar owns both lots until such time as he chooses to sell
Right.
one or the other one.
And this is, yeah, and this is in a residential zone, so it will have to be a residential house built there,
Oh, yeah. Oh.
right? And if you look, and I don't mean to step
Subject
on,
to approval.
Right.
your engineer's toes, but there's no way to come in from the back because it's all wet.
Right.
So
So
we-
when
that-
somebody
that-
buys that house, they buy that house or that
Just the
lot?
property.
There's no
Just-
house
There's
yet.
no
No,
house.
I mean, when, subject to approval, when
Right.
all of this happens, if it happens,
Mhm.
when he sells that
Property.
property, that land gets sold?
It would be, yeah, though, that
they'll-
subdivision, that subdivision or second lot then would be sold with a conceptual approval, so to speak, of the house in that location, this location that we're talking about. If a lot of things change, then they would have to come back to this board for the changes. But right now, what the consideration we need to really concern ourselves is, do we want to grant them the permit to
Subdivided.
permit that road being built so that the person can subdivide? Because if there's no road,
There's no way to.
there's
do
no
it.
subdivision.
And we have to.
If I, do
If we have-
you agree with my statements?
Yes, yes, but I just want to add, if
Go
I
ahead.
may, Mr. Chairman. The owner is planning to live in this.
Okay, that
Yeah,
I
I
don't
just
know,
wanna-
That,
right, that I
that's
don't know.
immaterial.
Yeah, that's
The point
immaterial
is,
to us, yeah.
two lots will be created, okay? The second lot, the back lot, must have an easement as part of the deed,
Correct.
okay? Without that easement, it can't go forward.
There is no second lot.
There is no second lot. So,
Easement can't be created, right, without the special access
right, so when we do this special access permit, we need to specify if we so choose, that roadway will be built and there will be an easement for the back lot to use that roadway that's being built in perpetuity as an easement.
Right-of-way easement, yes.
Right-of-way easement is the correct term. Okay? I don't want to cut you off.
No,
I just
yeah.
want to, Mr. Salvi, did you?
Well, I'm under the assumption that the first house that's built right there now, that the fire truck could have turned around in that private lot, private driveway, right? No, not there, the second house,
You said the first house.
second,
The second one.
right there. You're saying the fire truck could have turned around in that lot there,
Yes,
in a private driveway?
it's a private.
So if they're going to put another house up there, why can't you facilitate the same access to a driveway if it's a residential house to have a fire truck turn around?
That's what they're doing.
That's what the second
I'm not
house is.
following the question.
You know, following me?
No, isn't, they're putting a driveway.
Yeah, but I'm saying is, they're saying right now, they have that road ends back at the back of the house. But in the front there, it shows that the fire truck's gonna turn around in that driveway, not there,
No,
up
no,
there.
where the red truck
Right,
is.
in that driveway.
Right.
The fire truck's gonna turn around there for that
You
house.
just turn over.
Is that correct?
Yes.
Is that
right.
correct?
That's right.
Okay, now, if you run that road all the way down, and you intend putting another house up down there,
No,
No.
You don't know?
There's no house. There's
Oh,
only
there's-
one house. There's not another house.
Oh, so we can't assume that there's gonna be a house there.
There will be no house.
So why can't you make some type of facility at the end of the road, like Mr. Bierman said, to have an access, cut the road a little shorter?
Yeah,
and have
that's
a
what we
road there
said.
So you can
Oh,
back in.
We agree to that.
Hold
Okay.
on, Miss,
Yeah, we should, I understand, and I think at this point, they understand what you're asking about, but right now, what we're trying to focus on is just the elements that are material
Okay,
to this,
got it,
to
got
the
it.
special access permit.
I got it.
And once we get through that part of it, we can move
I
on to
didn't
the
want,
next part of it.
I
which is
got
the
ahead of
board.
myself a little bit, but
Okay.
okay.
I want to move, are
What
we
else-
all done
what
on
else
this
would be
side?
built there?
Okay.
I wanted to ask one more question that it is important. It may not be exactly the permit, but the question is,
Build this road, this
is there any way to eliminate and still have a house that is reasonably sized, the front yard setback?
This one,
Well, where's the violation?
violation over here,
So-
because
so there's no
there's
house
no
here now.
front. measure.
No, I understand that, but where's the front yard setback variance created?
No, it's by the road. It's because the front yard setback is
right.
gonna be 37 instead of 50
That's
because
the
of the
point.
taking.
So that's
No,
where.
let's not, no,
set-
Mr. Stoll, you're confusing.
No, let me, Dr. Pedro, please, let me try.
Okay, but we're trying to do a special permit thing. You're going to the violation for the
Well,
front.
no, because that's the whole reason. Someone's gonna come up and say, someone already asked a question, well, if you didn't need the variance, I'm just trying to clean it up. I'll bring it up later on. Go ahead, Mr. Bunch.
Well, the condition, we are seeking a relief based on the condition of her. The relief is to provide an emergency turning radius. So I have addressed, from engineer perspective, I have addressed the condition to meet the turning radius for emergency vehicles.
That's right.
As far as Mr. Calling will be addressing the hardship for this relief.
For the front lot.
For the,
Yes.
no, I'm talking about the back.
Okay,
lot.
but he will also the hardship
Yeah,
for the
and the
front
front,
because of the taking.
But since we are only addressing the special
Correct.
condition, I want to focus on that one.
That's correct. Okay. Mr. Patel,
No, sir. I don't have any questions.
Mr. Luton,
No questions.
Yes, Mr. Chair. Only about the special access permit. If the front lot was subdivided, and I know there are some reasons not to like flag lots, but if the rear lot was a flag lot with access to the front, why would a special access permit be needed? Why couldn't it would just be part of the lot and put the road into the rear lot? The front building has plenty of access to Major Road. So why you, I don't understand why you're doing it like this.
Because the width is not enough. We don't have enough width to make a complete separate flag
I
lot.
don't know the exact
You don't have
answer,
enough
but I do
width on the
know
front lot.
that the
Yeah,
design-
for-
So in order to do that,
for-
in order
for
to
a
do
flag
this,
lot,
you'd
for-
have
for-
to,
yes.
you'd have to get a variance for the width of the front.
Because
For
the
the front
front
lot.
lot, the front lot will be in compliance if we're going to make,
And you don't
That's-
like that because, why?
I'm sorry?
You don't like asking for the variance as opposed to getting the permit? Why is that?
It's not because the front lot is in compliance, the width, we don't have enough width to make a flag lot.
Maybe,
That's
maybe I
why
can,
we are providing an access.
I can help clarify.
Yeah,
Right, you're-
statutorily, we have to have that special permit.
Yes, the special permit is part of the
Doesn't
statute,
matter.
it's
This-
required
this
for us
is
to make
the
that
other
determination.
application.
And then the bulk variance that you're
hold
asking
on,
about.
hold on. You have to speak. She can't hear you.
Sorry, then the bulk variance that you're asking about is going to be considered.
So the special permit is required regardless of how it's done? Regardless of how the.
Special
subdivision
permit
is-
has to be done because this back lot does not front on
Yeah,
the street.
I understand that, but if it were a flag lot, it would front on the street.
This designation of whether it is a flag lot or not is something we can talk about, but right now, the special permit regards,
You know,
To be clear, the creation of the special permit access would make it a flag lot. Right now, it is not
it is not.
a flag lot. It's
Okay.
one single
All
lot.
right, fine. One more thing, that, Google Maps seems to show some sort of outbuilding where you want to put this special access, this road. Is
Correct.
that being moved?
Yes, it's going to be.
It's being moved or removed?
It's going to be.
Pardon?
It will be, we have designated, it's gonna be moved.
You can move it somewhere else.
Correct. Either somewhere on.
And you'll
this
tell
property.
us where, later where that's
Yeah.
gonna be, okay, thank you.
Sure.
That's all.
Okay, any more questions? Okay. Mr. Al-Shaziri,
Yes,
show me the front house, please.
the front house.
Front house is where? Where is it?
The front house is right here.
Yeah,
It's
that's the
right
building
here.
there.
Okay,
They're talking.
and
It's, it
behind,
has a floor area of 1,625.
right.
These are gonna be
And,
removed.
and that's on the, what would you call that? The south portion of the front lot? Southeast
Well, it's,
portion? I just descriptively, what would you call that?
Right, if this is east, this is west, probably I would say, it's east of Route.
Oh, or east,
Major Road.
southeast, or whatever we want to
Yes.
call that. Okay. Now, behind that, the dark green, what is that?
That's a wooded area,
Okay.
no wetland
So,
over there.
okay, hold on. You're putting a house behind the wooded area.
Correct.
Okay, if there's a fire back there, who's gonna see that fire, Mr. Al-Shazir?
This one? You're
If
talking
there's a
about wooded
fire
area?
in the house in the back, who's gonna see through those trees? There's a fire back there.
Yeah.
Before we even
I
worry
see.
about the truck getting back there, who's gonna call the fireman if nobody sees it from the street?
I've been to that house, I could tell you, it's not in a way that you cannot see between the trees, you could see between the trees, even if you could see between the trees. But if you want this to be removed, I don't think the owner will
No,
have
no,
a
no, no,
problem.
no, no, you're putting it there. This becomes before
More
we,
complicated.
before we approve this special permit,
Right,
we need to consider safety. Safety involves fire, safety involves ambulances coming, safety involves a snowstorm where it's blinding and you're not gonna be able to see that house in the back. Can you assure me that that house in the back is gonna be seen from the street?
we could make the condition and we'll definitely.
Wait, I haven't seen that here.
No, I don't understand what the condition is we're talking about.
The
And I-
condition is that's behind woods. I wanna know that that's visible from the street, Mr.
No,
Stoltz.
but
That's
how
it.
many, and I'm not trying to argue, but how many houses in this state of New Jersey?
That's not.
No, it is.
That's not germane, sir.
Why
And
not?
you know it's not.
Why not?
We're dealing with this lot.
But you have to
We
be
are
fair,
dealing
but the
with
board has to
this lot.
compare this to other uses.
Okay.
How many hundreds of houses, because people like their privacy, have a 100-foot driveway and trees? So you're right. I don't know, they have a fire
And I
alarm?
don't know the answer to that question. My job is to take care of the safety on this lot,
Well,
not any other
I
lot,
can
sir.
say, Mr. Chairman, we will address the visibility of the backyard from the front house.
When will you
We have-
address that?
If you want us to make that a condition before, we could shave the trees, a bit, cut some of them.
Well, then you need a tree removal permit.
Yeah, I mean, that should be a condition we could.
Okay, this becomes more complicated, is what I'm
You
saying.
know, but to explain, how are you gonna do that? So,
No, the tree removal is not a.
Well, I understand the question. How, you would bring in a tree man who would, then the obligation would be for us to take necessary trees down, so there's a sight line from, Major Road to the house, right?
Or from this, actually, the chairman was more concerned from this side to see the other.
Yeah, well, that's Major Road.
Yeah.
Because if, the concern is that someone can see a fire or other safety issue.
Right.
Is it
But it's-
possible?
if you walk the sidewalk today, you wouldn't see it as this picture is giving you. It's not really as dense as you may think. It's still visible, you can see it.
I'm looking what you're putting in front of me, sir.
Well, yes.
You're telling me, oh, okay, I'll change it. Is that what you're saying?
I mean, I have both, Mr. Chairman, I could tell you, if the concern, the visibility from the back of this house, front house, to the back, to the proposed house, there's a plenty of visibility. But if this photo is giving you the impression there's no visibility.
You said it's a wooded area. That's why I asked you that question.
Yes, it is wooded area, but it's not without visibility.
I really need to,
Okay.
I need
No,
But we
my
could
site
original
reduce the,
easement.
we could reduce the amount of trees if that's, will
Okay.
address the.
My original question was.
Yeah.
Hold
how
on,
was-
I have two people. Hold on. I can't.
I
Go
mean,
ahead.
how was it decided? Who made this decision to put this house here? Like,
That's not our, they can put the house where they
I know,
want.
but then they should have
Putting a horse before the
thought
cart.
about how will the house be seen from
Okay, well, that's why we're talking about
Yeah,
this now.
so
Okay,
that's what I thought, like, this looks like a very dense,
I agree with you, I'm not disagreeing with you. But they put the house where they want, and then we decide
Right.
whether we're gonna approve that or not. That's what we're talking about now.
right, so
Okay.
if some expert gave them the advice that it's okay to put this house
I
here,
don't,
they
we haven't
should-
heard that. We haven't
Right.
heard that yet.
Okay.
Okay, Mr. Luton?
And I guess this may be a question for Mr. Shammy. Is it possible to, in the documentation of the shared access agreement, would it be possible to include an easement for sightline to ensure that there is a way to make sure that there is a degree of visibility from the road that would, an easement that would prevent any plantings over a certain height?
Yes.
If they could demonstrate to us as a board.
Oh, that's an
that could be
excellent
done.
idea, because if you see where the sight line could be, major road and the intersection of the private road, if you take some of those trees out in the front, you're gonna have a sight line from major road right to the house.
Again, Mr. Stahl,
We
you're
don't-
giving testimony, and
No,
you
I'm not.
know
I'm
it.
making
You are
representation.
giving testimony. You're not asking a question. You're telling us a description of the property. That is testimony, and you know it.
No, I disagree with you, but
Well-
I'll comply.
Okay, so please don't give
Oh, no,
testimony.
you're going to be able to see it from
To answer the question Mr. Luton proposed, I think the answer is that it could be done probably in two different ways. Either through the shared access or a shared maintenance agreement between the owners themselves, where they have specific rules as to the shrubbery and the plantings and sight lines. Or it could be a specific separate easement for the purposes of safety and sight line and access to the driveway. So yes, the answer is it could be established probably in both
Okay.
ways.
We have an engineer that is raising his hand. Go ahead.
Chairman, just so the board's aware, I'm actually looking at this from street view. So where the access easement is, there would be visibility to the back house. It's a little tough to see from there, but I think that if you were to make a condition that they provided visibility from the access easement, if that were where the board was gonna go with it, it is something that's possible to be seen from the street.
Okay. Okay. Mr. Bierman?
Yeah, so the only other question I have, and maybe the board members have one, so how are we getting the utilities to that back house?
Yes, we did provide it actually in the drawing. It shows the connections from the back over here. The water and sewer are connected
Okay, so that's going under that access road,
on the access road. It's not-
under
Yeah,
it,
yes,
under it,
yes,
right?
yes.
Under it. And that's a paved access road?
It's gonna be paved access.
Okay, and that back lot is gonna be responsible for anything that happens
Right.
from Major Road
All the way to the.
all the way to the back.
That's correct.
Okay, because our water and sewer department does not like anything like that under a paved
It's a
road.
private road, it's his
I
responsibility.
understand it's a private road, but, today it's private, tomorrow it's my problem.
Hopefully not, it's an access way.
It's my problem tomorrow, believe me.
Does anyone have any further questions on the special permit that's required here? Mr. Stahl, do you wish
I
your,
have a
your
question, sir.
plan? I'm sorry.
I have one.
I'm sorry, I didn't.
Actually, I have two questions.
Sure, of course.
Go ahead, Inspector.
Okay, so is there gonna be a street name? Is this
No,
is-
no,
this
it's
is
just
becoming a
actually an
street?
access way. It's not
Just
really-
an access way?
Yeah, it's just a cart path, so to speak, pretty much.
And this lot is pretty big. Actually, she pointed out that why not move this house a little bit in the middle somewhere?
We really did not want to increase the land disturbance, but it is possible to move to the middle. As a matter of fact, the owner preferred in the middle. I encourage him not to add more land disturbance. I think the owner would like to have it.
Explain how, please, from
So
Ms.
because-
Patel, how moving the house would create more land disturbance?
It's to the back, it's gonna be more grading, and it's gonna be longer,
Driveway.
driveway.
Riparian too.
I mean, we want to minimize actually that impact, but we are kind of open to that suggestion.
That, we'll have to
So the-
get into that though after the road.
So the condition is, in order to pass it, is to have this pathway go all the way in the back for the trucks to turn around, so.
Are you talking about?
I mean, that's the only way, right?
Pretty much is.
Oh, ask him.
Yeah, they don't wanna do that, because I understand it, because that turnaround is in the front of their
We
yard.
could
They can
add another
access a
turning
garage.
Put the colored one up,
Mr.
so I think it's better. It's
We
easier to
could
look at.
add another turning radius, if that can address your concern.
One thing that helps the visibility is
You
that
have to put the
it's
paver
higher
over
up
and have
here,
another
it
turning
slopes
radius.
down.
It grades down.
We could do that.
See that by the
So that will address your concern about having
33, 134, 135, because it's going up this way.
And as far as, we could put that also
The banks.
Yeah, to the
as
north.
a condition.
Okay.
But this is,
Okay.
this is the problem issue
Are we-
right here.
Any more questions? Mr. Stahl, do you wish to have your planner discuss the special permit at this point?
I don't-
Because we're
well,
going to take
Doctor,
a vote on it.
I don't know if he should, let me put him on. I just don't want to leave anything, open. I want to make sure the
Well,
board has already.
I want to resolve this before we go on to
No,
the
I
rest of
understand.
the plan. So do you want to put him
Yeah,
forward?
let's put him on.
And we understand that Mr. Al-Shazeri is going to come back.
Yes,
So,
sir.
Thank
Yes,
you.
got it.
Thank you for that.
Right, Ed, if you'll raise your right hand.
All right, Mr. Colling? All right, thank you. Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth in your testimony before the board this evening?
Yes, I do.
Thank you.
What is your full name, sir?
First name is Edward, last name is Colling, spelled Kolling.
And your licensure in the state of New Jersey, sir?
Yes,
Sit
I'm
down.
I'm a licensed professional planner in the state of New Jersey. It's current, and I'm also certified by the American Institute of Certified Planners.
And how long have you
I don't
been-
think you've testified before
I
us before.
I have not.
But you've testified before other boards in New Jersey.
Many,
That's fine. Then I believe we can accept you as an expert in
Okay.
planning.
Thank you, doctor.
yes,
Okay.
I graduated from Rutgers 50 years ago.
I'm even longer, sir, so. But
And,
that doesn't mean I'm qualified to do much
right,
except.
and licensed
yell.
for 40 years.
Okay, that's fine. No, but you've testified before boards in New Jersey. You are
Many.
licensed in New Jersey.
And in fact, you were a professional for a board?
Well, part of my experience is I was the director of planning in the city of Jersey City back in the 1980s.
That's great. That's great. Do you want to? Oh, we
He's
did
sworn.
sworn.
Yes, he's sworn.
Okay, go ahead.
Well, what we're discussing here today really is a deviation or an approval under the municipal land use law 40:55D-35. That's the requirement that each lot abut a street. But the next section, section 36, allows for the board, the planning board here, to vary the application of that requirement where the enforcement of that section would result in a hardship, practical difficulties. It's very similar to the proofs that you would have for a C variance. In this case, with this lot, it's, although it's a little bit wider than required, I think it's 150 feet versus 120, it is exceptionally long. It's about 7 times longer than is the requirement, and then just the 30 feet wider. So it would be very difficult to develop the back lot, the back portion of this lot, but for creating this easement or other form of access. Now, what you're discussing today seems to be the conditions that you would put on this if you chose to approval, and that's completely 100% appropriate, because that's what section 36 really discusses. It also says, subject to conditions that will provide adequate access for firefighting equipment, ambulance, and other emergency vehicles, which is exactly what you're discussing. So you're doing your job very well, let's say. But I think that the engineer has demonstrated that access will be appropriately provided. It's going to be a 25-foot easement. It's going to be in perpetuity. He has designed it in such a way that the turning radiuses will accommodate even the largest fire truck that's currently on the junction area in the township. And therefore, I believe that by imposing those sort of conditions, including site angles that has been described by your engineer, would allow for that piece of property to be appropriately developed. In terms of the development of it as for a residential use, obviously, it's a permitted residential use. It will be a single-family home, and you can put that condition on as well, that it could only be used for a single-family home. You would also, also would say that if you were to approve it, I think that it also promotes certain purposes of the municipal land use law in and of itself. It promotes the establishment of appropriate population density, which is subparagraph 2E. The requirement here is a 30,000 square foot lot. So anything larger than that would have a lesser density. And this lot that you would be creating was much larger. It's almost 5 times larger than the 30,000 square feet. So that's an appropriate population density. It's also, the 2G talks about providing sufficient space in an appropriate location for a residential, for the use, and that's this site. I mean, it's zoned for residential, and that's what's being proposed, so that's an appropriate location for that type of use, and it's sufficiently sized, obviously. Section 2M talks about encouraging coordination of various public and private procedures and activities shaping land development with a view of lessening the cost of such a development and a more efficient use of the land. This land could not be used for the additional home unless you grant this variation or deviation from Section 35. So I think therefore that the granting of this approval would be a municipal action that would guide the appropriate use and development of the site. And I think it will promote the public health, safety, welfare, and general welfare of the community, which is 2A. And the reason why I say that is that, again, the conditions that will require for adequate access for emergency vehicles would promote the public health, safety, and welfare. I don't believe that the granting of the variance would, or this approval would result in any substantial impact to the public good. It's a single-family home in a single-family area. The location of the home, which is not pushed all the way to the back, it's brought closer, although set back similarly to what it would be set back if it were on a road. I think that's appropriate because you don't want to have any greater amount of disturbance. Environmentally, it's sound, I think, to do it that way because there's less disturbance to the back portion of the area. It's furthest from those environmentally sensitive areas, which are at the further back portion of the lot, the wetlands and the more dense woodlands that are back there. So I think that's being protected by locating the building where it's being located. So I think when you look at all that, I think this is really an appropriate approach to the design of the site, and it's an appropriate use. And I think with the right conditions, you certainly have the ability, I think, to grant this approval for this different type of access to the rear portion of the lot.
Okay,
Thank you.
questions to the right?
And Doctor, we're not addressing the variance now. I just, based on the direction of the board, this only is as to the special permit.
That's exactly right.
Thank you.
Questions to the right?
Yeah, I mean,
Questions to the
No,
left?
sir.
Mr. Bignell, do you want to make any comment, or? Aye.
I mean, I feel like they addressed the items required in the special access permit. To what Mr. White was saying before, the only way that they would be able to turn it into a separate flag lot, there'd be a lot more disturbance involved because the original lot that would be proposed lot 81.01 would no longer meet the lot area requirement. So in other words, to accommodate that, everything would have to get moved back to keep the same amount of area that's required in that front lot. So then you would wind up with a lot more disturbance overall in the overall site. So I think that the way that they went about it, they've met the conditions for the special access permit in a way that minimized the disturbance overall on the site.
I just had 2 small comments. This might go back to the engineer. The first was he had mentioned that the roadway is going to be paved. The plan shows as a gravel driveway, so I think clarification is needed for the board. And the other is the T intersection for the driveway. I just want to make sure that there is a no parking restriction on that, because obviously if a fire truck's gonna need to come in, you can't have whoever builds a new house parking in that T-access. So I just wanna make sure that's brought to the board's attention and addressed to the applicant.
Okay. Questions in light of that? Okay.
Just,
Go ahead, Ms.
if I may, I just want to point out that this decision to be made now is only with respect, once again, to the special access permit, and not with respect to the development of the house or the location of the house or there really isn't any official proposed, structure right now that we're considering. It's only with respect to the access permit and, the details of that permit, which include everything we've heard tonight, which is the gravel or paving and the T intersection and the other impacts we've discussed.
Okay. Question? Okay.
I have
Go ahead.
one question. If we approve this road, then that means that, that we approve that building of that house?
No.
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 So there's nothing, just the road?
Special access
Okay.
permit.
And that will come next.
This is part one that needs to happen before we consider part two.
Well, I'm just wondering, why do they have the picture of the house there?
Well, I think if I could answer for them, for demonstration purposes, to show where that road would go. Am I wrong by saying that? To show where the road would go. If you just show the road and don't show where a potential house is, it doesn't make any sense. So, we're going to talk about whatever is going back there as part of, as part two, I presume. Okay. Ms. Khanna, you look like you had something you wanted to ask. Okay. So does someone want to make a motion?
Should I
Go ahead.
clarify all the elements before?
Go
we-
ahead.
Okay, so once again, this is for the special access permit.
Yeah, just
Only.
speaking to the mic so she can hear.
I'm sorry, can you hear me?
Yeah, I know.
For the special access permit only, we're right now considering things such as the shared use of that land such that it would allow the applicant to move on to the next step of this application, which is the bulk variances. Some of the conditions we discussed tonight would include the length of the driveway to go all the way back to the what appears from the plan to be the cleared area of grass, and the board will have to consider whether or not that's going to be made a condition of this special permit access to require that the access actually go all the way back into the property. Also, the board will need to consider whether or not this will be subject to a shared maintenance agreement between the future property owners or people who live there, or whether or not it will be a specific easement that spells out exactly what the restrictions will be, and maybe a separate easement with respect to sight lines, if the board feels that as necessary. And I think that's it. So we've covered pretty much all that. The decision is only on those elements at this point.
Mr. Stoll, are you
Can I-
comfortable with that?
I just wanted to clarify, James, when the road that is described to go to the back, you also wanted to create an area to make a turn for the trucks to turn around, so the road would not end. I think Mr. Bierman had suggested that we continue the road like, so a K-turn.
So that the back wouldn't be a straight road, that there would be... Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
So in considering whether the road
The
should go all
road
the way
would
to the
go
back.
all the way back, and there would be room for a turning circle. Is that the appropriate term, Mr.
Turning
Alshuler?
radius.
using the templates.
Yeah.
Template, yeah, will be a turning
Okay.
radius.
So it will go to the back of the
Yes.
lot, and at that point, there would be a template applied for turning radius sufficient for a 45-foot fire truck? Is that correct?
45-foot long.
Yeah.
The only thing I would suggest, Doctor, but this, I say this with a smile, can we put a sign up that says no road bikes or ATVs going on that road? I'm teasing. I want to get a laugh out of Mr. Bierman.
You always get a laugh out of me, Mr. Stoll.
You're probably going to take the bikes out there.
Okay. This doesn't mean you're for it. Does someone want to make the motion as outlined by Mr. Shammy now. That doesn't mean you have to vote for it. That just means we can move forward.
I'll make
to
the
a vote.
motion.
Mr. Ms. Patel makes the motion, second by Mr. Bierman. Discussion, please. Okay?
I'll
Okay,
start.
I'm gonna start with the
Oh,
left this
perfect.
time.
I love
Okay,
it, over
give
there.
you guys
Start-
a rest.
Start over there.
I wanna give it
Any,
to you.
Mr. Patel, anything you want
No,
clarified?
I just, you know, I do appreciate that we move forward with conditions on the access going all the way to the back, to the rear of the property, and then room for a turning circle. So I'm good with that, if that's okay.
Yeah, that's fine. Mr. Luton, any comments that,
Yeah, normally I'm concerned about configurations like this because of visibility and safety, but I think the applicant is certainly going to be able to, if they are able to get a sightline easement that maintains visibility. I also think that Mr.
so,
Colling.
so we need to include that as part, we didn't
Yeah,
put that as part of
he's
the
already
resolution.
mentioned that. And I think that that Mr. Colling has made a good case for the public benefits of
No, no, I'm not
subdividing lot
asking you,
like this.
I just, it questions or discussions, this is not
Okay.
your vote.
No.
Yeah. Okay,
That's all I have.
okay, thank you. Mr. White?
And no comments on the permit.
Okay, now we'll go to this side.
I'm okay, no.
No
No,
comments.
no, I just, do
Just
you have any,
comments?
is this clear what we're
Yeah.
doing here?
Yeah, this is clear.
Okay,
Same, it's clear to me.
Salvi?
Yeah, the complexity of this application sort of brings me to the point where I have some difficulty trying to apprehend everything that's gonna
I
go on.
understand, and part two, we'll get into that one.
Okay.
Okay, Mr. Bierman, any
Yeah,
questions?
I still have, I'm really not convinced of the safety and ease of that access. I don't like the underground utilities buried under a road that's paved, even if the owners do own that, because eventually they come before the town, crying poverty. Hardship, yes. So I don't think that access is easy enough for any of our EMS, still.
Can I ask you a question, Doctor? I just want to ask a question.
Go ahead.
Would it make the board, would it satisfy the concern of the board if the easement was widened, if it can be, and the utilities are put not under the road, but on the inside of off the road in a separate easement, Mancha?
I was actually just thinking about the answer. It's tight. Mr. Brennan. You don't have to pave all the 25 feet. We could leave probably a 5 foot on the northern side for the, if that's gonna satisfy.
I'm sure the fire truck needs more than 20 feet when they're going back
Well,
there, you know.
yeah.
And the other thing is, and we never addressed it, and I'm not gonna address it now, but if you look at the front of that property, okay, that roadway is exactly 25 feet, it's straight. There's no radius going in or out of there at Major Road, okay? I don't think this was well thought out, that's all,
There's no deviations in the road.
okay? I'm just gonna leave it at that.
That's fine.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, is the board ready to vote on this? Okay, so this vote involves a special access permit only as outlined by Mr. Shammy and will be fleshed out, obviously, consistent with the minutes as provided to make sure that the language is appropriate for what we have discussed here. So this is not a verbatim resolution, as you always see when we do this. The attorney decides what he does here, reviews the record, and fleshes out the language and the evidence as presented from the transcript. Okay? So I'm glad we do have someone transcribing today, because this will have to be
Documented.
fleshed out more comprehensively than what we usually do, I think is the right way to say it. So having said that, Ms. Pittman, roll call, please.
Mr. Bierman?
No.
Ms. Patel?
No,
No,
Hold it.
Oh.
Ms.
no.
Patel.
Ms. Patel? No.
No.
Mr. Salvi?
No.
Mr. Patel?
No.
Mr. White?
Yes.
Mr. Luton?
Yes.
Ms. Khanna?
Yes.
Dr. Pedrola?
No. Motion does not pass, I believe.
So I get 5 noes and 3 yeses, is that my?
Correct.
My arithmetic? All right.
So we do not have a special access permit. Okay, let us take a break, and we will come back from the break. We've been going for an hour and a half.
Well, let me ask you a
Give us-
question.
well, let's do it. Go ahead. Go
Okay,
ahead.
I'll wait.
You
till
can
you
ask your question now if you want.
Well, if the special permit has not been granted, I mean, I would like a vote on the bulk variance, but how do I even get to number 2 when number 1's been denied?
Well, that's what we'll talk about when we come back.
Okay, fine.
Okay? Thank you. Let's take a 5-minute break. We've been at this for an hour and a half. Everyone needs at least 3 breaths before we come back to this. No, it's just the way it is.
That's why they're flexible. These are corporate monkeys. I know it's for you.
Kenny?
I got a brand new baby and I feel so good. She loves me even better than I thought she would. I'm on my way to her house and I'll come out of breath. And when I see her tonight, I'm gonna squeeze her to death. Claudette, pretty little pet Claudette, never make me fret Claudette, but she's the greatest little girl that I've ever met. I get the best loving that I'll ever get from Claudette, pretty little pet Claudette. Oh, oh, Claudette. Well, I'm a lucky man, my baby treats me right. She's gonna let me hug and kiss and hold her tight. When the date is over and we're at her front door, oh, when I kiss her goodnight, I'll holler more, more, more. Claudette, pretty little pet Claudette, never make me fret Claudette, but she's the greatest little girl that I've ever met. I get the best loving that I'll ever get from Claudette. Oh, pretty little pet Claudette. Oh, oh, Claudette. When me and my new baby have a date or 3, I'm gonna ask my baby if she'll marry me. I'm gonna be so happy for the rest of my life. When my brand new baby is my brand new wife, Claudette, pretty little pet Claudette, never make me fret Claudette, but she's the greatest little girl that I've ever met. I get the best loving that I'll ever get from Claudette, pretty little pet Claudette. Oh, oh, Claudette. Claudette. Oh, oh, Claudette. Claudette. saw her face. Now I'm a believer, not a trace of doubt in my mind. I'm in love, I'm a believer. I couldn't leave her if I tried. I thought love was more or less a given thing. Seems the more I gave, the less I one special boy, one boy to go with, to talk with and walk with, one boy, that's the way it should be. One boy, one certain boy, one boy to laugh with, to joke with, have coke with, one boy, not two or three. One day you'll find out this is what life is all about. You need someone who is living just for you. One voice, one steady boy, one boy to be with forever and ever. One boy.
So did I.
That's the way it should be. That's the way it should be.
Okay, we're back in. It's now 8:40. Mr. Stahl, how do you wish to proceed?
Well, sir, my recommendation, since we have gone so
No,
far.
no, it's your wish. What do you want to do at this point? Do you want us to proceed with?
I would want to proceed assuming that, and I know it's a stretch, but I have to get the variance, to move to the variance, I have to ask the board to assume that they had granted the special road permit, and had they granted it, now would they grant the variance for the front yard setback?
Okay. Mr.
I can
Shannon?
comment on that. I think, as you likely know, and as the board may not know, the result of an approval for the setback and the variances, the variances sought tonight, other than the road access, the result of that approval will make it such that the law will require a landlocked property that is otherwise developable to have access. So even though tonight the board may not grant, access to that property, there is a mechanism by which the owner of the property could once again gain right of way.
No matter what happens, the owner has to get an approval for a road and for not being on a mapped road. So
That is
the
correct.
only way he can develop the property is by the special permit or having, and I don't like to do this, 'cause I don't want to sound like a threat, because I never do that, is having the court make a decision as to whether the decision is right or wrong. I don't know, and James, I may be missing something.
If there were two property owners separate here and one lot was completely developable other than access to the road.
Oh, yes, no, and I agree with you. No, I'm sorry, I missed that, and you are absolutely correct. If there were two owners, and I'm not gonna do the fiction of conveying it for the mere purpose of coming back here, but you're right. If there were two separate owners, A and B said that, oh, by the way, I'm landlocked, therefore you have to give me access as a matter of right. But then, James, we got the problem, someone's gonna say, oh, but it's a self-inflicted hardship, because when you bought the property, you knew it was landlocked.
Regardless, they have the right to make that application for access.
So-
Yeah.
So,
And
Mr.
I
Shannon?
just want to make sure the board is aware of that, so that in the next step, if the second application tonight is approved, it doesn't mean that property could never be developed. It means ultimately there could still be steps in the future to
So,
access it.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
So the point is, if we proceed
I know.
with subdividing this and
I know. I
approve
said,
the subdivision
we
to
refuse to
create
give him
two
this.
lots, we could be then compelled to give
We
them
refuse to give them the
access
road all the
via
way back.
easement to the back lot.
A future
No,
owner.
no,
We refuse to give
Of
it.
future.
but you know, you made a
Where
good
does the
point.
road end now?
There is no road.
There's no road here.
What if I wanted to just develop one lot right now?
Oh.
And to develop that lot, I needed the easement, strike that, the bulk variance. If the board says, yes, we're gonna give you a bulk variance, but not the special road permit, now I have a private driveway, and I also have frontage on a major road. So the board could say, yes, we're gonna give it to you, or no, we're not. And then I would have to go another step to see what I'm gonna do next. So I think, so you made a good selection in council, Dr. Pedromo, the Shammy family. But, no, I think that's an interesting,
So I'm
answer.
trying to clarify for the board needs to understand, if we approve the subdivision, we could then be compelled to provide relief, to provide access to the back lot. Does everyone understand that? Am I wrong by saying that?
Not as an element of the approval. In the future, you could be compelled by the
In the
law.
future, we could be compelled by court order or whatever. Mr. Stoll would then be within his rights to go to court and say, they approved the back lot, and now they won't give me.
Well, no, more importantly, the back lot is an approved building lot, and now there's no access to it
Correct.
because of the landlocked location.
Correct. Okay? Does the board understand that?
But I'm
And
trying-
that's not a threat. He has a right to do that.
but I'm trying a little bit differently. I'm in fact getting less, because I was only saying, don't give me the subdivision, because you really can't give me the subdivision, because I have no access to the back piece. So legally, I cannot get the subdivision, but I would like to know whether or not I could get a variance for the front lot setback, assuming I constructed the driveway. Then I have everything there, and then in the future, a court could say, okay, the board was wrong, you should have had your special road, and if you get the special road, now I got the bulk variance. Am I going up the wrong way, James?
Are you referring to a separate site plan application for development? Once you own both lots together still, not subdivided, and you're now making an application for site plan development on that lot? And a variance to say, we want to build, 2 homes on a,
See, I don't think I can do that. I think the board is, I understand, trying to accommodate me to a certain extent, but I don't think the board can really take an action on the variance. I'm being candid, because I don't know how you can, because you've denied the special road permit, A. So B, I have no access to that road, A. B, you can't give me a subdivision, because I have no access to the lot you just granted. So legally, you can't, you'd be criticized for doing that, because you're creating by trying to help and conclude something, you're creating our own problem. So, I just wanted to see if I could get the variance, and if I just wanted to do, not do the subdivision, or do it, at least I know what you would have said on the setback.
Okay, so variance for what, Mr. Stoll?
The front yard setback for the,
On the front lot?
yes, sir.
Well.
See,
okay,
that's
so
caused
then
by
we
the
would not be
driveway.
discussing subdivision at all
Can I-
then? Is that what you're saying?
Well, I'm not gonna withdraw the subdivision, but you're not gonna grant the subdivision because it's not on a road.
Right.
But you could still grant me a bulk variance for the setback for the front lot. Now you say, well, what happens? Well, honestly, if I, again, without a threat, but I say, I think I'm gonna
It's not
take this.
threat. You're within your rights.
No, I know, doctor, but that's not we always get, we're
It's not a threat.
professionals.
I do not look at that as a
I
threat.
know that.
You have rights, your property owner
But
has
let's say
rights. We're
let's say
not
the
here to
court
deny
said-
you your rights.
The board really should not have done that. We think you had reasons based upon Coling to get a special road. So now the court says yes, and now I have to come back again here to get the variance, assuming the court agrees with me. So I was trying to eliminate that one step so that the court has, if we go there, has the whole package together. But I'm not gonna,
Yeah, I guess I just don't understand, why would we even be talking about a
You're
setback
right.
violation?
I was gonna ask the same question.
And-
Does
Yeah,
exist
Right,
without
If we're,
when
sorry, go ahead.
it's an existing condition
I agree
on an
with you.
existing house,
I agree with you.
and that's why I just don't know why we entertain that.
Well, because what if I
tonight.
wanted to create that nice driveway so I have frontage on my own driveway as opposed to major road? You know, I'm going both ways. I'm
I
agreeing
understand,
with you.
But that's why I'm asking, like, I don't,
I don't think it makes sense. I mean, I'd like to do it, but I think it
Sorry.
makes the board very uncomfortable.
No. You're within your rights. We
Well, I'm
never deny
asking.
people their rights. We may not agree with what you want to do, but we don't deny you your rights. The point is, when you said you thought we were wrong, I believe we were right. And the reason we were right is because the board considered safety issues, and the board considered practical matters like utilities having to go through, and the plan was not thought out appropriately to provide for utilities. You can't do this on the hoof. This is stuff that you
He doesn't,
and
he
your
doesn't have this.
engineer and your planner should have discussed before you came here. We did not think, we don't think
If
the
he doesn't
application
have
that
this,
you
then he
presented
doesn't have
to us
this.
was well thought out. That's why we turned it down.
And I understand
Not
that.
well thought out, and it was not safe.
But the question is, and I understand the safety concern, but the utilities, again, not comparing this to any other site in the township, the utility question could be resolved as a condition.
I understand that, but the application, when it was presented to us, that's what I'm saying to you, was not completely thought out, and we're flying by the seat of our pants. And the board is not comfortable doing that. We expect when an application comes to us that it's been thought out appropriately. It shouldn't be Mr. Bierman's responsibility to tell you that don't put those utilities underground because we can't get at them. That's not what his job is. That's the job of your engineer and your planner.
But I understand, but there are other.
So what I'm saying
No,
to
I
you is,
agree.
don't say we were wrong,
No,
which is what you said.
well,
We were not wrong. We had grounds for turning it down, and I want to make sure the record indicates that,
I understand.
okay?
Well, the other question, and I'm not gonna ask for an advisory opinion, the other issue is, under, not to violate res judicata, I mean, I can come back on a revised application, revising the issues, and I'm not gonna ask the board to hold, that's my jeopardy, coming back to the board, resolving what I have heard tonight on safety and utilities, and then the board can either say yay or nay to the revised plan. I'm not saying I'm gonna do that.
Right.
Look, we both professionally have a difference of opinion. I think that the utility issue is one that this board has probably addressed 100 times in other, let me say, in other areas.
I just do not like you saying the board was wrong.
I'm
in its
sorry,
decision.
forget the board, I take that
And
back.
I want you to put that in the record.
No, I withdraw that.
Thank
Here's what, no. The
We were
town,
not wrong. The evidence that was presented to us did not satisfy the board as far as safety and practicality, okay? That needs to be in the record. So when you do go and appeal it, the judge understands why we turned it down.
well, I understand that, and I don't want, and we've, we've been, it's an interesting discussion, not argument. I mean, I take the position that the one issue, that being the utilities, that could be an issue that could be resolved by a condition. And the board may not agree, and I understand that. And when I said the board other times may have, I meant the township may have utilities that are or are not under streets or roads. But I don't want to have an,
So
let's,
what would you like us to do today? How do you want to proceed?
well, I don't think there's there's no way for me to proceed at this point.
Okay.
Because the board, I don't believe has jurisdiction, I'll ask you in a minute, let's ask my client, I don't think the board has jurisdiction quite frankly, to hear the second part of the application, because without the existence of the special road permit, I have no right to present the next aspect.
Right.
I understand that logic completely. I don't know whether that's correct or not. I would have to research that to determine whether or not they can make a decision without that road access. I don't know off the top of my head whether road access is a necessary element to the approval for the other, variances that you're seeking.
Yeah, but the bulk variance front yard setback was created by the design of the subdivision
Right.
and the proposed construction of the private roadway. So if there is no private roadway, then how do I get to the bulk variance?
Right. And
I mean, I don't want to waste,
You're right.
And this
Yeah, you're
bulk
right on
variance wouldn't be necessary because this is an existing condition that was not created by
Right.
tonight's board.
I think what we're all saying is that the special permit access is inherent in the need for
Leave it, you're not gonna change
the
it.
use, or the
We're
variance.
saying the
Bulk
same
variance.
thing five
Uh,
times.
Mr. Stoll,
I know that, but you're not.
do you need 5 minutes to speak to him?
No.
Or are we ready to stop?
Still.
Mr. Mancha just has, Mr. Al-Jury wants to say something, just with the issue of the utilities, just to say something. I don't like to muzzle or quiet my clients. He really wants us to say something, if you'll listen. And
Well, listen, but we've already decided that.
I know that. It's not gonna change your mind, I understand that.
Going to change our mind and should have been done ahead of time. To propose that now, I look at this as this was not an application that was thoroughly thought out. And for a board member to have to point out that this isn't going to work. You have an engineer and you got a planner. This is what your engineer and planner should have done.
Well, I don't see that, that's why you and I have a professional intellectual difference, because I don't, and we've had them before and we agree often, but I don't think that it was a mistake in the way
I
it
didn't
was
say it was a
designed.
mistake. I
You
said
said not thought out.
it was not thought out, and that put the board in a position where we had to make a difficult choice, where we could not approve this because the utilities did not appear to be appropriate, and the safety issues. That's what we decided.
Right.
Am I wrong here?
I think it was improperly presented.
Okay, there you go. So with that in mind, if you want to say something, I'm more than happy to let you say.
Thank you,
it.
Mr. Doctor.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I'd like to get back to the point where you say it's not well thought out as far as the utility layout. It's a standard way, and I would like to hear your professional engineer if there's.
No, you're not here to question.
Okay,
No,
that's
just-
fine.
no.
But I say it's been done. Actually, this is the only way that we could connect the utility, and if it's under the pavement, it's a very popular practice. Most of the major subdivision, they have their utility under a paved road. I don't see any other way you could do it, but I wanted to accommodate the request, and I said I could make it under move it under gravel. But if I would to design it, and I will attest that the way we have designed it is well thought, and it wasn't anything wrong with the design we presented before the board.
We obviously don't agree. The board did not agree with this.
All right.
Okay, and it's our job to look at an application and say, okay, this is A, gonna work, and B, it's safe. And this board has concluded that it is not gonna work and it is not safe.
With respect to the special permit.
With respect to the special permit, absolutely.
Well,
That's
Mr.
the only
No,
thing
actually-
we are deciding. We do not prejudice whether, what happens with variance in the front or what happens with subdividing the lots later.
Mr. Chairman.
Yes.
Just to clarify the record, though, what Mr. Stahl suggested is that he was requesting whether the board would consider only the variance application and not the special permit, which is essentially, a similar argument, but it is possible still, I guess is what I want to make the board aware of. It is possible still to make a decision on the pending variance application, not as a special use permit, but as you said, the setback variance.
Then, you know, that we,
If
I think there
that's
should be a
something that the
vote
board
on
wants to
the.
consider.
Is that something that the board wants to do tonight, or do we want to look, I personally look at this as, this is all or none, okay?
Yeah.
Without that road, special access permit, and without the variances, and without the safety issues, where are we going with this?
You can't do one without the other.
Well, that's
Yeah.
That's the answer.
Well, then,
Am I,
Agreed.
am I, Chris-
What's the point of having one if we
yeah,
don't have the
where-
full picture
where are we
here?
going with this? Where are we going?
Agreed.
Mr.
Going
White?
out,
Do
Only
you,
to consider
back to zero.
the variance, setback variance now.
as a practical matter, is that,
I'm not sure I want to consider the variance.
okay. Anybody else want to consider the variance?
I don't think that it's the appropriate time to discuss that setback variance.
I think the variance
that,
goes along with the subdivision.
Well, that's what I'm
right?
saying. We have to
Mr. Stoll, I would
Yep, okay.
maybe talk to your client, go back to the drawing board, see what you come up with, and then come back with something.
Well, I think the board, as we're talking, I think the board has to or should deny the subdivision. See,
I
that's,
haven't heard any evidence for this subdivision.
We did,
Well,
we did.
I understand that, but it's before the board for an up
Okay,
or
so
down
you want
vote.
us, you want us to hear the subdivision, evidence at this point?
But without access to
Hold
the.
hold on, is
No,
that what
just-
you're saying?
Yeah,
You want to
we're already
proceed
there.
with the subdivision?
I think there's enough on the record right now that you can make a decision up or down on the subdivision.
We haven't heard your planner discuss subdivision at all. Hold on, sir. We're not,
Okay, I was just gonna ask if I could address that issue from a planning perspective, just.
we have had no evidence presented by your planner as to the suitability of granting a subdivision.
Well,
The only thing he talked about was a special permit, special access permit. We have not heard anything.
Well, I think a lot, all right, I disagree.
Did anybody hear any
But
evidence
didn't
about?
we just say that we are not going to talk about the
Hold on, hold on.
subdivision?
Well, he's saying he wants to proceed with the subdivision.
But didn't he just say that he cannot do it because we didn't give him the special permit, so we can't talk about it? That's what he just said, that we are not going to do the subdivision.
Yes,
Now
what-
he's saying he wants to do the subdivision?
Just to clarify, I believe what he's trying to say is, for the record, he'd prefer to have a decision on the record of the board. And if that decision is no, consistent with what the special access permit decision was, then it would be all wrapped up and he could, take the next step
Move forward,
legally, whatever he might need to do from there. I believe that's what, is that correct, Mr. Stoll? Yeah.
Okay. Do you want to present any further evidence at this point?
Well, I think, I don't want to waste the board's time, it's not going to matter.
You are.
I mean, we're here, I wanted to put some more of it on,
So you want to proceed with the subdivision?
yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Hey, Mancha, is
Now,
it,
you do realize that if we turn this down, you can't come back for the second application for subdivision.
you can't come
If we
back
turn this
anyway.
subdivision down, he can't come back and say, I'm going to do a subdivision.
Has to be a major
It would,
change in the site plan. Especially
Yes.
You'd have to have a major change in the site plan.
So
There would-
reapply, right?
so the answer is, yes, he could reapply.
Yeah.
Yes.
But, as you said, there would need to be something different than what
Gotta be a
we're
major change
currently
in the plan for the subdivision,
reviewing.
under res judicata.
Well, the other issue is going to be, right now I have nothing, so assuming that my position is correct, or found to be correct, so then a court can say that, okay, the board was incorrect, and I reverse and I remand to the board to hear the subdivision application. Then we come back, and I think that's probably cleaner. I'm not going to withdraw anything, but the board has made a decision that they can't go forward because there's no road, there's no access to the back. Without access to the back, there's no subdivision.
If you want to proceed without the access, we're perfectly willing to hear you.
To Mr. Sullivan.
No, it's a
No,
waste of the
no.
board's time to do
He-
that.
And the point you made earlier, and I think what Mr. Sullivan's about to
Isn't
say.
it- Isn't it implied that you can't go forward just by denying
Correct.
the access?
Yeah.
There's just no way to go. You
Yes,
cannot
without that
go
access.
Why would we grant a subdivision, because then we have
But
to
you're
grant
not
a
going to.
variance for a
Because you're
road?
not giving them, and if you do, you're basically, the board's basically creating the hardship that the court's gonna overturn.
Right.
I'm not trying to be smart.
No, I think we're
No.
saying the same thing. I don't
You're-
disagree.
'cause you denied access to the site. The site exists as a legal
Right.
lot now.
He could also then go to court and say, they wouldn't hear my subdivision
But
application.
that would be implied for the fact, because you're.
No, but,
All right.
listen, this is how lawyers earn their income, by going to court and saying, I asked them for this, they didn't give me that, and so therefore, I'm gonna change it, and now we got problems.
Right.
I just think.
No, I agree. Oh, I agree with you.
I don't know what we're saying here.
No, there is no, I'm not gonna waste this board's time, and I spoke to Mr. My planner, and we both agree, that the board cannot act on the subdivision
Right.
without access on the road. Therefore, I'm not gonna, and the court's not gonna, I'm not gonna say, I can tell you right now, that you didn't give me an opportunity to put my subdivision on. I put enough on the record tonight that says, I understand, I have no right to ask for that.
Well, that,
Yeah, we're all in agreement.
We're all in agreement.
We don't disagree with that.
And you were very accommodating, say, Mr. Stoll, if you want it,
But
we'll
if
go
you
ahead.
want it, you can proceed with it.
I understand, and I appreciate
That's
that.
exactly right. So, I want you to earn as much money off this application.
No, I'm not
as you
trying to
can.
do,
No, no, no,
that's not who I
I'm
am.
teasingly saying that, but if you feel that's the best way to represent your client, you're well within your rights to go forward. I think as a practical matter, you realize that that's not gonna go forward beyond.
It's a waste of your time,
Correct.
and it doesn't put me in a good light to do it that way. It's just,
No.
you made a decision that you felt is the right decision, and I
And now,
have to
I
accept it.
think the best, personally, I'm not a lawyer, the best thing is you go back, you talk to your engineer, you talk to your planner, you talk to your owner, and you come back if they want to proceed with something, back to the board, or you're within your rights to go to the
Okay, well,
court
we're
and
gonna-
say,
we're-
go to the court
we're
and
gonna-
say,
we're gonna
they
talk
were
about it.
wrong. I disagree with their decision, you
No.
have a right to do that as
Well,
well.
I mean, look, we have not made any decision right now, and as Mr. Shammy knows, and now he's gonna, he or his alter ego, George, are gonna, look at the record and are gonna make a very good resolution. That's what good lawyers do. They know that I may take an appeal, and because of that, they're gonna make the resolution as ironclad as they can, and I know Mr. Bierman will also put his 3 cents in.
Well, and we also have the record.
No,
with
it's
our
a-
stenographer.
This is after the
not-
decision.
I just don't want it to come out that the board was arbitrary in making this decision. The board listened to the evidence that you presented and made their decision that as a practical matter, this is not going to work, and as a safety issue,
What school did I go to?
we have concerns. And the record will
Since,
I understand.
will bear that out
I-
for us. Okay, so at this point, I think both sides agree that we stop here.
Yes, sir.
You go and
We
do
agree
what
to
you
disagree,
think
Mr. Stoll, is that
Well,
what it is?
You go and you do.
We
you do
agree to
what-
disagree?
Right. You go and you
That's
do what
life.
you think is right with your client, for your client.
But we haven't
And
made any
if you
decisions.
decide- Absolutely. But you have time to do that.
Well, we do it. We'll see what we have to do.
Okay.
All right.
So,
But all of you should have, and after we have a thoughtful Memorial Day, and be safe and be careful.
Thank you, you too.
okay, so, motion to, just for the record, Mr. Stoll, you're withdrawing the subdivision for, I don't know if to withdraw is the right word, but you don't want to hear you don't want to proceed with the subdivision at this point.
I
Is
don't
that-
think I have the legal right to proceed.
Okay, yeah, I don't want to tie you to language.
No,
but
no,
I'm
and I
just
don't want to
saying.
waste the board's time.
That's correct.
You know, they can go home and watch
answer is
the
yes, it
Rangers or the Yankees, or, I don't know, if the Mets still play baseball.
Yeah, okay, so thank you, Mr.
This
Silver.
is not a withdrawal of your application.
It's not a
No, it is
withdrawal of
not.
the
It is
application.
not.
We're stopping here, and we're giving the applicant time to discuss with his attorney, with his planner, and with his engineer, where and how they wish to proceed. This is probably the best way to say that.
So moved.
Okay, okay, motion to adjourn. So moved by Mr. Luton, seconded by Mr. Littell. All in favor? Aye. I would remind everyone that our next meeting is on June the 5th, is it, Mr. Kim?
Any day now, I will hear you say.
The board has made a decision that they can't go forward because there's no road, there's no access to the back. Without access to the back, there's no subdivision.
If you want to proceed without the access, we're perfectly willing to hear you.
Mr. Sullivan.
No, it's a
No,
waste of the
no.
board's time to do that.
And the point you made earlier, and I think what Mr. Sullivan's about to say.
Isn't it implied that you can't go forward just by denying
Correct.
the access?
Yes.
There's just no way to go. You
Yes,
cannot-
without that access.
Why would we grant a subdivision, because then we have
But
to
you're
grant
not
a
going to.
variance for a
Because you're
road?
not giving them, and if you do, you're basically, the board's basically creating the hardship that the court's gonna
Right.
overturn.
Right.
I'm not trying to be smart.
No, I think we're
No.
saying the same thing. I don't
You're-
disagree.
'cause you denied access to the site. The site exists as a legal
Right.
lot now.
He could also then go to court and say, they wouldn't hear my subdivision
But
application.
that would be implied for the fact, because you're.
No, but,
All right.
listen, this is how lawyers earn their income, by going to court and saying, I asked them for this, they didn't give me that, and so therefore, I'm gonna change it, and now we got problems.
Right.
I just think.
No, I agree. Oh, I agree with you.
I don't know what we're saying here.
No, there is no, I'm not gonna waste this board's time, and I spoke to Mr. My planner, and we both agree that the board cannot act on the subdivision
Right.
without access on the road. Therefore, I'm not gonna, and the court's not gonna, I'm not gonna say, I can tell you right now, that you didn't give me an opportunity to put my subdivision on. I put enough on the record tonight that says, I understand, I have no right to ask for that.
Well, that,
Yeah, we're all in agreement.
We're all in agreement.
We don't disagree with that.
And you were very accommodating, you say, Mr. Stoll, if you want it, we'll go
If you
ahead.
want it, you can proceed with it.
I understand, and I
That's
appreciate that.
exactly right. So, I want you to earn as much money off this application.
No, I'm
as
not
you
trying
can.
to do,
No, no,
that's
no.
not who I am.
I'm teasingly saying that, but if you feel that's the best way to represent your client, you're well within your rights to go forward with that. I think as a practical matter, you realize that that's not gonna go forward.
It's a waste of your time,
Correct.
and it doesn't put me in a good light to do it that way. It's just,
No.
you made a decision that you felt is the right decision, and I
And now,
have to
I
accept it.
think the best, personally, I'm not a lawyer, the best thing is you go back, you talk to your engineer, you talk to your planner, you talk to your owner, and you come back if they want to proceed with something, back to the board, or you're within your rights to go to the court.
Okay, well, we're gonna-
say
we're-
they
we're-
go to the court
we're
and
gonna-
say
we're gonna
they
talk
were
about
wrong.
it.
I disagree with their decision. You
No.
have a right to do that as
Well,
well.
I mean, look, we have not made any decision right now, and as Mr. Shammy knows, and now he's gonna, he or his alter ego, George, are gonna, look at the record and are gonna make a very good resolution. That's what good lawyers do. They know that I may take an appeal, and because of that, they're gonna make the resolution as ironclad as they can, and I know Mr. Bierman will also
We also have-
put his 3 cents in.
Well, and we also have the record.
No,
with
it's
our
a
stenographer.
This is after the
not-
decision.
I just don't want it to come out that the board was arbitrary in making this decision. The board, we listened to the evidence that you presented and made their decision that as a practical matter, this is not going to work, and as a safety issue,
What school did I go to?
we have concerns. And the record will
I understand.
will bear that out
I-
for us. Okay? So at this point, I think we can, both sides agree that we stop here.
Yes, sir.
You go and
We
do
agree
what
to
you
disagree,
think
Mr. Stoll? Is
Well,
that what it is?
You go and you do.
We
you
agree
do
to
what-
disagree?
Right. You go and you
That's
do what
life.
you think is right with your client, for your client.
But we haven't
And
made any
if you
decisions.
decide- Absolutely. But you have time to do that.
Well, we do. We'll see what we have to do.
Okay. All right. So,
But all you should have, and after we have a thoughtful Memorial Day, and be safe and be careful.
Thank you, you too.
okay, so, motion to, just for the record, Mr. Stoll, you're withdrawing the subdivision for, I don't know if withdraw is the right word, but you don't want to proceed with the subdivision at this point.
I
Is
don't
that-
think I have the legal right to proceed.
Okay, yeah, I don't want to tie you to language.
No,
but
no,
I'm
and I
just
don't want to
saying.
waste the board's time.
That's correct.
They go home and watch the Rangers or the Yankees, or, I don't know, if
Yes.
the Mets still play baseball.
Yeah, okay, so thank you, Mr. Stoll.
This is not a withdrawal of your application.
It's not a
No, it is
withdrawal of
not.
the
It is
application.
not.
We're stopping here, and we're giving the applicant time to discuss with his attorney, with his planner, and with his engineer, where and how they wish to proceed. This is probably the best way to say that.
So moved.
Okay, motion to adjourn. So moved by Mr. Luton, seconded by Mr. Patel. All in favor? Aye. I would remind everyone that our next meeting is on June the 5th, is it, Mr. Kim?
Any day now, I will hear you say,